Arizona's turning the clock way back this week to 1787. That was the last time America held a constitutional convention. And this week, representatives from more than a dozen states will gather at our state capitol to lay the groundwork for the next convention. There are high hopes that a convention is the first step toward reining in our national spending, but also fears that a convention could leave our foundational document in tatters. Republican State Representative Kelly Townsend of Mesa is leading the planning convention at the Capitol. Runs Tuesday through Friday. Could be history in the making. Welcome back.
Sure will be.
You think it really will be?
Absolutely. Yeah, we haven't gotten together as legislators actually since 1861 when we got together to try and stop the Civil War at the level that we're at now. So, but yeah, the 1787 convention was the last time we've gotten together.
Okay, now correct me here, because constitutionalists will say this is not a constitutional convention. So what is it really, and what do you need to get something done?
Right, so you have the constitutional convention that happened. What we're doing in Article 5 that was a result in that convention allowed and gave legislators the ability to also propose amendments to the Constitution. There's different parameters. Congress has their parameters for getting their amendments proposed. The states can come together, 34 states petition Congress, and then we can convene in a convention and create proposals to amend the Constitution. So it's not a constitutional convention where the whole document is up for grabs. It is an amendment convention. So there's two different ways of calling it: an Article 5 Convention of States or an amendment convention, but it's not a whole Constitution convention.
Okay, so let's address the fears. You say the Constitution, the whole document, is not up for grabs. A lot of people are worried that it is, including many constitutionalists. So where are the guardrails in this that ensure that when all these folks meet to plan the convention this week, it won't be up for grabs?
Right. So if you look at Article 5, and I encourage everybody to go out, read Article 5. It's a paragraph. Read it. It talks about how you amend the Constitution. And it says 2/3 of the states, that's 34 states, whenever 2/3 of the states petition Congress. What it doesn't say specifically is how that exactly happens. So we know that there's those fears. So in our petition itself, we say we are petitioning Congress to call a convention to discuss X, Y, or Z. This particular one, we're talking about the balanced budget amendment. And so in those calls, anything other than that topic is discussed, our state will pull our delegates, and you will no longer have 34. And so it, breaks the quorum. And that is the stopgap. That's the first step of preventing this.
Okay.
So right out the door.
So there are poison pills built into this, you say, to prevent this from going wild.
Right.
So you have 15 states that are going to be there.
Actually, I have 19 at the moment.
19 now.
And
okay.
Possible a couple more, but we're planning for 19.
So is that do you need any kind of quorum for this planning convention to move this forward?
No.
No.
No, I think a convention, I was learning yesterday, you need at least 3 states for it to be in a convention of states, and we've got 19.
Okay, so what do you want to happen by the end of the week?
Okay, so the goal is to put together a set of rules on how to govern the actual planning convention, the actual amendment convention. It gets confusing after a while. So we are trying to put those together ahead of time so that when it is time to have the amendment convention, they don't have to spend months building their own rules just so that they could operate. So we're doing that for them. This is the 3rd time, I believe, that the states have gotten together to work on the rules. There's been other organizations that have proposed rules. And so this is going to be the first time that state legislators are coming from their state officially speaking on behalf of their state with the authorization of both their House and their Senate saying you may vote and speak on behalf of Iowa or Tennessee or Georgia. Those delegates are coming not just because that particular speaker wanted them to come, but not the Senate president. Both houses have authorized them, and it hasn't happened at that level since 1861.
Is this an all-Republican group?
I'm hoping we have some Democrats at the moment. We have invited them.
But right now it's all Republican.
We're wanting the Democrats to come, and it's all Republican. The effort itself is bipartisan.
All right.
So we're hoping.
So it starts Tuesday at the Capitol, goes all week. Can folks come and watch?
Yes.
Watch the goings on?
If you
can they make amendments from the gallery?
No.
No, not going to let that happen. All right, so Tuesday through Friday.
Friday is probably when we will adjourn.
So that's okay.
We don't know for sure how long it's going to take.
At the Arizona State Capitol, 17th Ave in Washington. Go watch history in the making.
Yeah.
Kelly Townsend.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us.